Hey everybody, it's Friday. You might still be on Thursday. Or actually, it could be early hours of Friday for you, um, wherever you are in the world. I hope that you're having an amazing day. So I wanted to do a spontaneous, hey, how are you going? Let's check in. Let's see what the wins are for the week. One of the biggest things for me that I'm seeing and experiencing is that there are so many changes going on in this world right now with the world the way it is, with what else do I want to say? With the world, with changes in policy, elections, like all of these different things. It's really crazy the way the world is right now. And I thought it is such a challenge, right? To literally sit here and think, what will the world be like tomorrow? I'm just going to leave you guys all a note here in chat. Oops. So celebrating our wins. So as we think about the world right now, and we think about where the world is going, it's really important to stop and celebrate what is working. Celebrate those amazing wins. Now, one of the biggest things with those wins is where we not only celebrate them, but we think, how can this win take me to the next goal and the next dream of our life? And everything becomes around this choice and control in our life. Everything is a choice. Do we respond? Do we react? What is it that you do in your life that brings you that one level closer to it all? Now, I was working with a client today with all the changes with NDIS, and she said, "Oh, it's so overwhelming. I don't think I can do it." And I said, "Well, you can." And she said, "No, I think that it's all too much." And I said, "Okay, why is that? Why are all these proposed too much?" And she said, "Because I just run this little business and I want it to be a success and I want it to be amazing and everything like that. But there's just so many rules and so many things." And I said, "Okay, what if we stopped and said, what is one good thing that these changes have actually brought to your life? Or I like the word proposed changes, because I know that there's going to be changes, but I don't think it's actually going to be what people think it is." So we sat back and I said, "What is one good thing to come out of these announcements?" And she said, "It got me thinking about my business." And I said, "Exactly." And I said, "And what do you want for your business?" She said, "I want it to go to the next level." And I said, "Awesome. That is so good." Like, that is where what you want, right? Like, you want your business to go to that next level. You are more in control. She said, "Yes." And I said, "Okay, well, that's a win." Because out of what is seeming to be negative, out of what is seeming to be a real challenge, is this really positive win. She's like, "Huh." I said, "Okay." So I said, "What else have you learnt from these changes or this conversation? Like, what is another win?" And she stopped for a moment and she said, "I don't feel so overwhelmed now. I know that I can do this one step at a time." Now, that we do with our life and with the business is having that clarity around knowing where our energy is going. Who are we giving our energy away to? And how are we doing that? And the more that we know this, and the more that we can navigate that part of the business, right? Like, or your life, the more you know yourself and you know what's important for you, the more you're able to move forward. The more you're able to be yourself. And the more you can be yourself, the more you have confidence. The more that you have confidence, the more certainty you have because you accept yourself and you accept others. But let's come back to our power, because this week, especially here in Australia and in the disability sector, as one example, there's lots of examples, but of one example, is people feel like all the power has been taken away from them for their business or for their eligibility for the NDIS or to have support. They feel like all this power has been taken away from them. So, who is taking your power, or who are you giving your power to? So, I'm just going to throw that question in there because I think that's a really good question. So, I'll just type it in. Who are your power away to? It's a really good question. Who are you giving your power away to? And how does it make you feel when you give your power away to someone else? Confidence and living a life that you absolutely love and is really good for you, that confidence comes when you can stand in your power and set those healthy boundaries. Empowered success is the same way. But the thing is, how we all get to success is different. So for you today, whether it's Friday night or early hours of Friday morning, or maybe it's Saturday or Friday day when you see this, for you to think about those two questions. What are your wins so far for this week? And who are you giving your power away to, and how does that make you feel? Now, what we can do is now cover that awesomeness of taking back your power so that you have control in your life. One of the things that I do with my clients is we go through what we call your unique success code. And it all starts with the free personality profile quiz, which we have up in the corner up here. You can scan the QR code. It's all there. You can visit our website. Now, what this tells you is that because you are so amazing and so unique, you are incredible. And because you are incredible, you're wired differently for success than other people. And where miscommunication happens is when we either don't know ourselves enough, or we don't back ourselves enough, or we're trying to communicate with someone one way and they don't get it because their brain doesn't think this or focus the same way as ours does. Or maybe it's just that, like, so if you were an innovator, if you did the quiz, right, and it came back that you're an innovator, the way that you approach life is always seeing out further, very visionary, very big, very like, yes, this is how this is, and this is what we could do. And often you see things before other people do. That's an innovator. If you did the quiz and you come back as a stabilizer, that's your result, then you like things to be calm and smooth and continuing and almost the same. If you do the quiz and you are an optimistic, then you see what is possible, and that's where you put your energy and your focus on what is possible. And that's pretty cool. Now, if you are, I'm just checking. Okay, we got a little chat issue, so I apologize for that. That just jumped up. That's okay. We'll just keep going. So, one of the biggest things is that what you can do is think about which personality profile you are, like all those different things. Which one are you? Which one is right for you? And as you do that, thinking about how you approach this world. So, relationship builders, for example, have this way of connecting people. Now, if you are a relationship builder, then what happens is you love to be able to communicate with people where everybody's feeling heard and everybody's getting along. But if you're an innovator, you're more about shares, or if you're an adventurer, you're sharing about building people up in such a really strong way. Now, all these personalities, these profiles are in the quiz, which is up here where the QR code is on the screen. And as I said, they're also on the website. So you can go ahead and look at all of this and think, okay, I know a bit more about myself now. So when I'm communicating with other people, I can actually come from this place where I can communicate so they understand me. And I use this tool when I do coaching. I use this tool when working with people. And we have a lot of fun with it. But it also helps me to bring out the best in them in coaching. And one of the things I always ask people is, what are your wins? And where are you giving who are you giving your power to? Where are you giving it away? Now, I would love to take you on this little bit of a journey here and just think about this for a minute. We've all met this person. Maybe we've met this person many times. You go to an event, you sit down and you're speaking with someone, and they're saying, "Hey, tell me about yourself." And you go, "Oh, hi, I'm Jackie, and I'm an empowerment coach, and yeah, I just really love the beach, all that. So tell me more about you." And they say, "Well, yes, I do this job, and I have a family, and I've got this amazing partner, and I've just bought this car, and I've done this and I've done that, and oh, we're going off to Europe, and so on and so forth." And they're loud and they're full on, right? Like they're really just telling you everything. Now, there's two things going on with this person. One of two things, I should say, because I don't know which one it'll be. But the big thing is that with this person, they're either ADHD and they're just oversharing, right? And they don't mean to. Or there's someone that just wants to, they're very grandiose. And often people that are really grandiose are insecure. So they have to show how amazing they are on the outside to show you but they're insecure on the inside. So look at me, I'm super confident, but very, very insecure sometimes, these people. And there's healthy confidence and healthy all of that. Now, this person will make you feel tired. You'll be sitting there listening to them and you'll be going, how do I get away from this person? And you feel your energy drain. Unless you're all that person that turns around and says, "Hey, yeah, thanks for sharing this. This is really great. I've got to go." Maybe there's that in there. But one of the biggest things is that if the communication isn't both ways, and we meet that person that drains our energy, we've got to then work out how we get that energy back. So how do you get the energy back? Is by setting your healthy boundaries, but knowing those strategies and tools and those social settings of when you can actually put that protective layer on. And when you hear somebody going into their story in a big way that you're feeling really drained and you don't want to hang around with them anymore, then one of the things that you can do is politely interrupt and walk away, and have confidence in doing that and being unapologetically doing that, but in a polite way. Because one of the biggest things is that we all like to be heard. Excuse me for one sec. Excuse me. We all like to be heard. We all like to be validated in some way. We all like to be appreciated. We do. And that's why, especially if you're an NDIS provider watching this, that you're not probably feeling very appreciated very much right now, because of all the changes and all the things that are outside of your control. But the best gift that you can give yourself right now, no matter who you are in this world, the best gift that you can give yourself right now is your power. If you're giving your power away to other people, take it back. It's time to stand fully in your power with energy, with positivity, and with excitement. You can do this. You really can. And your life will be so different by doing that. You will feel more energized, but you'll also feel calmer. The more you stand in your power, and one of the easiest ways, if you've had a bad day, one of the easiest ways to get into that space of standing in your power is to celebrate your wins. It doesn't matter what size it is. It could be as simple as, I got out of bed today. Yes. Your way. Do more of what you love. Set your healthy boundaries and stand your ground. All of this is keeping your power within you. Why? Why do it? Because you're worthy of it. Because the more you hate, the more people expect you to be different. I've got my book coming out, Embodied Queen. It's coming out next month in about weeks. And in one of the chapters, it's the woman beneath the expectations. And in that chapter, I talk about how, these expectations can drain our power, how people have these expectations of us. But we didn't give them any indication to put them there. And they often don't listen and they don't care. So now's the time for you to stand in your power even more than you have, because you deserve it. To enjoy your life and to think about my wins. Every week, what are my wins? Every day before you go to bed, what am I grateful for? When you wake up in the morning, what is my intention for the day? Celebrating your wins. Keeping your power to you. It's the best gift you can give yourself. Now we're going to wrap this up shortly because it was a spontaneous live. But I just felt like it's a topic that's been coming up after a very hard week, especially in Australia. Like, the media has just been all over the NDIS. This is what's happening. This is what's coming in. Every social media page. NDIS cuts and changes coming. Doesn't feel like a win for a lot of people. It feels very sad and very scary for a lot of people. We want to take a moment to acknowledge that. Change is scary. Change is scary. Uncertainty is scary. It really is. But you can get through it. And one of the first ways to start getting through it is to bring your power and your energy back to you. What are my wins? Checking in. Who am I giving my power to? It's worth it. For so long, I sat in survival mode. I always felt like, change my life up for other people. I always felt like, when they got annoyed with me because I said, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't help you out that night, or I can't help you out with this. When I did that, they were like, what do you mean you can't help me? And their goals and their dreams are always so much more important than mine. And sometimes, and that's actually going through that as well. Like, you might meet someone and they share a lot with you, and they're just looking for that connection. They're maybe not communicating it the best way, which is why earlier when we talked about the profiles, the more you know yourself and how you give away your power, how you keep your power, what gives you energy, how you take care of yourself, the more you know all of this, the more you know this, the better your life will be. So celebrate you, celebrate your wins, and give your power back to you. If you're giving it out, take it back. You can give to other people as long as you've got enough for you first. And if you're neurodivergent, you always start with not enough. like our what do they say? There's not enough spoons because we don't have enough energy. We start behind because everything that we do is big energy. Everything we do drains our energy and clouds our mind at times. But it's okay. You get to understand it as you move forward. So for those of you that have watched the live, thank you. I appreciate you. And for those of you that watch the replay, I would ask you to please click the like button. I'd love for you to subscribe. That would be amazing. And I look forward to connecting with all of you again soon. Just one final thing. You're going to see some of my content, which is directly NDIS, and some of it that's not. And you'll then see some of it come together, the 2 different streams, the 3 different streams. If you want to learn more about your profile and your personality and how you approach life and how you live your life, then just up there in the corner is the QR code for the free quiz. It's a bit of fun. It's completely free. And you can do it, take the information away, and off you go. But at the end of the day, please keep being the best version of you, uniquely you. Please choose to shine brightly and take care of you. Take care of your health, your fitness. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, enough water. Smile as much as you can and laugh and joke as much as you possibly can, and do things that give you energy, that light you up. And take that time to have a bit of gratitude. Also helps. Empowerment is really about everything that is right for you. To know you, to be you, to accept you. Because that's how you shine. That's how you bring incredible opportunities into this world. That is how you achieve your goals and your dreams. By being you, uniquely you, shining bright, being you. Because you are amazing, you really are. And the very can bring. Thank you so much for watching. I've really appreciated you staying with me, watching the whole lot. And I'm going to wish you a happy weekend. If you're watching this in the middle of the week, then happy next weekend. And remember to celebrate being the awesome person that you are. Alrighty, guys, we'll end it up here. Thanks for watching.